Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and today we're going to be doing a What's in the Box kit review, number 293, for my Italian medium tank, Carro Armato M13/40, which is kit number 35296 in the Tamiya 135 range. And I'm doing this as part of my build feature, You Choose My Next Build 13, where we're going to be looking at some 135 Italian equipment that was stationed in North Africa. And I'm asking you guys to pop a comment in the comment section below and let me know which one you'd like to see built. This is the first review we're going to be doing. We're also going to be looking at the Colonial staff car by Tamiya and Italiari. I'm also looking at the El Alamein Auto Blinder AB41 armoured car with Bersaglieri figures, and the Italiari AS42 Sahariana, which is a desert patrol vehicle. But today we're going to be featuring the M1340. Now, the history of this kit basically is quite simple. There was an original tooling for this in 1974, which is kit number 35034. And in 2008, those bright sparks at Tamiya decided to update it, which is a good idea, because most of these sort of vintage Tamiya kits, as far as I can tell, are pretty sound, but are let down by various things like figures. Some people would say the old rubber tracks and other things. So a lot of them, the base kits are quite good that I've seen, and they just need a bit of updating every now and again. Now, that was done in 2008. And I kind of split these into two piles because it seems to me, because I've had a look at the instructions on ScaleMates for the original kit, the 35034, and I think this is basically it here, pretty much as far as I can tell. You got some rubber tracks with it as well, and these here seem to be the new parts, including some photo etch, a metal barrel, and a piece of cord for a towing rope. Now, I'm mentioning this and kind of drawing your attention to this because price-wise, the vintage 35034 seems to go for around about £25 to £35 on eBay. That's a 1970s kit. And this one, with all these apparent extra bits, goes for around about £30 to £35. So if you are thinking about buying one of these on eBay, even if you don't like the plastic tracks that this one comes with, I'd probably suggest you buy the newer version, because it does seem to have more with it, and it does seem to be better for very similar money. So anyway, let's have a look at these parts, and we'll start off with the original bits, and we'll have a look at the instructions shortly. So first off, we get the main hull or chassis. Let's just get a bit of light on here. There we go. As we can see, we've got a whole bunch of rivets going along the hull. Nothing much going on underneath, nothing much going on in the interior. We do have some rivets here as well, so that's not looking too bad. We have our top of the hull here. We've got some vents at the back. We've got some access panels into the engine, a whole load of rivets, quite well detailed hinges. Running boards, we can see there, it's got the imprint Tamiya 1974. We've got a driver's hatch at the front, a whole load more rivets, etc, etc. Moving on to our turret sprue. This one comes with a figure, so this is a 1970s vintage figure. Oops, doesn't look too bad. And here we have various parts of our turret and sides by the look of it. So there's our turret. Load of rivets, load of hinges, little access points and little mounting points, probably for a machine gun maybe. Here we have the original plastic barrel. Not too sure what that is. Some sort of door there, that was quite well detailed. That's going to be the front of the hull with our ball turret, as we can see here. It's probably going to be the back panel. Got the base here that the turret goes onto, turret base, and that's about it, and that is sprue C. There's an arm there as well. I'm not too sure what that part is, and a machine gun, some binoculars, and some hatches. Moving on to this one, this is a lot of the suspension parts for the running gear. And note we do have the original weapon set, accessory tool set here, which is a spade, an axe, and a pickaxe. Couple of little road wheels. We've got the mounting points for our road wheels as well. More of them here. They look pretty good, in my humble opinion. A couple of little sort of steps to go on the side. That's probably going to be part of the rear. That's probably going to be the rear where the exhaust goes on. A couple of little boxes. And moving on to this one, which is a load of road wheels and drive sprockets. They all look pretty good. And I'm thinking that it's kind of the original tank, and I'll kind of go into it why. Now, so we've got another one here. Now this has got exhausts on it, which as we can see are direct replacements for these ones here, which are better detailed. It would appear we have another set of tools which are singular. And why would there be two sets included? And there's a whole load of other bits and bobs. We now obviously get another two figures, and these are going to be 2000s, early 2000 versions, which are better quality, you could say, than the 1970s ones. Let's have a look at the back. They all look pretty good. Got them faces. Do they look the same? I think they look different. Eye sockets look different, don't they? Got another face there as well by the look of it, I think. Another face. I'm not too sure why we've got another face there. Maybe that's a replacement for the face on this figure. Not certain. Also got a helmet. And now we move on to these two sprues, which are all identical. As we can see, we get our tracks on here to replace our original 1970s rubber tracks. They look quite nice. So we've got one long piece for the top, one shorter piece for the bottom, and these are going to be the parts that make the angles here and the parts around the wheels. You also get four jerry cans, German style. You also get some hitches here for our towing cable, and a few other small parts, and some replacement drive sprockets, which have different mounting points to these, mounting styles to these ones. So obviously they needed to replace those when dealing with our new tracks, I would assume. So there's all our sprues. We also get a tiny little photo etch with some grills, some gun sights, and a few other unidentified parts by myself, and our metal gun barrel. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't remember. I've done quite a few 135 Tamiya tank reviews, and I don't remember ever getting a metal gun barrel with it. So that's got to be a bonus. So we also get this for a towing hitch. It's just cord. And we get three different sets, apparently, of markings for our decals, with a load of kangaroos on them. Not too sure what that's about. I would have thought the kangaroo was more Australian, so maybe we can paint this up as an Australian captured version. Not sure. Sure we'll find out when we look at the instructions though. So here we go. Section 1 is going to be the assembly of the suspension. Section 2 is attaching the suspension to the hull. We're going to build our tracks. I think I'd probably prefer to build them last. It should end up looking something like that. Then we have fighting compartment assembly and the turret. Then we have attaching the upper hull and superstructure in number 5. 6 attaching hull parts. 7 attaching hull parts 2. And finally 8 building the figures and attaching all the other bits of equipment. So yeah, there we go. So here we have the North African Front 132nd Ariete Armoured Division. So that's our one option. We have the North African Front 133rd Littorio Armoured Division. So that's just looking a bit plainer. And then yeah, we have Australian Army Captured Tank North Africa. So that's where the kangaroos come into play. Oh, that was a good guess, that, wasn't it? So all in all, I'm quite interested in this one. It's an interesting vehicle because, well, I don't see that many people building these on YouTube. But it's also quite interesting to see, to try to identify what the new parts are and how much better this does seem to be from the original. So if you do decide to go and pick one of these up off eBay, I would certainly suggest discarding the older 35034 and go for this 35296 instead, because it does seem to be certainly more than £5 better than the older version. So we'll finish off the video. We'll just go through the brief blurb here. Like I've said previously, please do remember to drop a comment in the comment section and let us know which one of these you'd like to see built between the Sahariana, the Auto Blinder, the Colonial Staff Car and this one. And I'll finish off just by reading a blurb and you can learn a little bit about the M13/40. From the experiences during the Spanish Civil War, the Italian army realised the need for a new medium tank and developed the M1139. This 11-ton tank featured riveted construction and bogie-style wheels on leaf spring suspension. But due to the limited traverse of its 37mm gun, only 100 were produced. Fiat and Saldo were tasked with a new design and produced the prototype M1139 in 1939, which led to the M1340 Carro Armato in 1940. Larger than the M1139, it weighed 14 tonnes and had a similar but strengthened suspension system and a 125 horsepower liquid-cooled V8 diesel engine for a top speed of 30 km an hour. It also had a hydraulically operated turret and was armed with a long-barreled 47mm L32 gun that could fire both armour-piercing and high-explosive shells. Its riveted construction and thin armour, which was 30mm, gave protection, were the design's weaknesses. Production began in July 1940 and they were deployed against the British in North Africa by December. Despite mechanical problems in earlier versions caused by the lack of an air filter, they formed the core of Italian tank units and fought alongside the German Afrika Korps. Some M1340s were captured and used by Allied forces, and after Italy's surrender in September 1943, the German army also pressed into the service about 800 M1340. And after Italy's surrender in Germany in 1943, the German army also pressed some into service. About 800 M1340 were produced during World War II, and the design also led to the creation of the M1441, M1542 medium tanks, as well as the Sermovente self-propelled gun. So, there we go. I hope you kind of enjoyed that and found it vaguely interesting. Please do remember to drop a comment in the comment section and tell us which one you'd like to see built next. And we'll be following this up with kit reviews for the next couple of days on the other kits that we've offered up. And we'll be starting a build next week, so get your voting in by Friday the 15th of September. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and as always, be soon, yeah.